In today's video I'm going to do a bit of product photography. The weather isn't great, it's going to rain later, and I thought, well, why not do some product photography today? I've got a new camera. I thought let's take a photo, let's take some photos of the new camera. So what I've got is I've brought the box down, I've got my charger, I've got the spare battery, I've got the camera itself, and this has got the mount adapter on it and a lens, so I'm going to take everything off. I've got my lens caps and body cap. So in addition to that, I've got a what I use often for doing product photography is this little light tent, and I'll show you that in a few moments time. I've also got some continuous LED lighting, so it's on top of a light stand, and I also have this tiny little LED light as well, which I find quite useful. I might get another one of these because I think having one is fine, but more than one would be actually ideal. And the camera that I'm going to use for taking the product photos is this one. It's the EM1 Mark III from Olympus, and I've got here a 12-50 lens, which is what I'm intending to use. One additional thing is I have a like a revolving sort of display platform, so that is actually powered not by a battery but by mains, so you can buy batteries for it, but I haven't got one, so I'm going to just use that with the mains to take a bit of video, I think. Yeah, I should say I've got a couple of smaller tripods as well if I need them. So that's my kit, and now I'm just going to set things up and take a few photos. So it's just worth me mentioning one other little detail, which is have a cloth ready to wipe the product, but also these little hot shoe covers. I quite like making sure that the hot shoe is appropriately covered up, and I think it's just a little detail that I think we have to pay attention to when we are doing product photography. As you can see, I've got my light tent set up now. I've got the fabric on the inside, and I'm ready to shoot. I'm going to shoot in aperture priority. White balance is on auto. Cards are formatted, so no worries there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn on the artificial light, and that's currently set to, I'm going to turn it down to 50%. So we've got nice directional light coming in from the side. And I'm going to shoot these images handheld. Okay, so let's take a shot. I think it's important to get the little details captured at different angles as well, so I'm not just photographing this in one place. I'm going to move the camera around a bit. And look at your results, you know, as you go through. Get some establishing shots so they can be further away, but the details can be up close. This is where I'm going to bring in some extra lighting, I think. That's just giving me a good view of the texture on the camera body. Just got some of the reflection of the light in the rear screen. Just making sure I'm getting different angles. And I think it's useful to think about the different what separates each camera manufacturer. You know, what are the design aesthetics of each camera manufacturer that you want to emphasize. For me, with Nikon, it's always been, you know, the exemplary look, I think, and the sort of the texture on the body contributes to that. The sort of branding, positioning. You want to make sure you've got brand in there. You really want to capture all the little details because it's really a love letter to the camera, isn't it? So it's all of the little sort of features and doors and buttons, tiny holes for things like the microphones and so on. And the camera has this the screen that flips out, so worth thinking about how that might be incorporated. I'm going to stop there for one session and have a think and some lunch, and come back and see if any other thoughts occur to me about photographing that body, and then I've got other things to photograph as well. I'd like to do a flat lay as well, so I'll have a think about that. And that just might be an overhead shot. So yeah. Okay, so what's happened now is that the sun has come out and the light in this room is much lighter, so I'm going to actually use just the window light as my light source for the next few shots. So let's try see how this goes. The light's looking really nice. I'd like to get some reflections. I've got some glass in the window and it's reflecting. Okay, so I've got some of the camera now. I'd like to bring in some other elements. The camera in the background and the lens mount in the foreground, but what I'll do is I'm going to take those off and shoot through that lens mount. Try a couple of different approaches. Get that branding in there. Now we've got the box as well, so let's try to bring the box in. Nice reflections on the box, but let's try different things. And there's the strap as well, so sometimes straps can be important, they can be a bit messy. So I need to think about careful placement of the arrangement. I'm actually going to use a bit of exposure compensation to darken darken the image a bit. Not quite sure if I'm handling this strap in the right way. If anyone's got any tips for how to photograph cameras and straps, much appreciated. So I think what I'll do next is a flat lay, and for that I'll just take the top of the light tent away. So what I might do is lay this flat with the grey side on the table. Probably ought to think about ironing that at some point. So for the flat lay, let's just have the camera in the centre. We'll have that on its side. We shall employ the strap with the Nikon Z showing. We might be able to just lay those out like that. Let's think about the arrangement. We don't want it too far apart. Also got a battery, a power adapter. I don't think the cable is going to be very photogenic, so I'm going to take that out and maybe just have that there. Let's have a look. Is that symmetrical? What are we doing about symmetry? Do we care? Let's put that there. Battery next to the camera. Not exactly symmetrical, but let's have a look at what this looks like. What I'd like to do is explore changing the light. Not sure about this. I'm not sure about the arrangement either. I'm not convinced this is working. I wonder if we try something a bit more radical and have that going diagonally.